Emily was everything you could want in a player when you coach. She was obviously a really, really good player. I think she started every game of her career, won all sorts of awards, but was really humble. And she played a position which is rare in soccer, where you never come off the field. And as a center back, she started every game she played and was really the backbone of our program at that time.
You know, she was kind of a quiet leader, but whether she was stepping on the field or to practice, that she was going to give it her all, and she was just so competitive, and you know, it was just so contagious.
Something were to slip, like in either element of life, on the field or off, she's definitely the first to address that and like get it back up. So when it was grades, we were in the library, and when it was soccer, we were talking about, you know, our game plan, our strategy, and how we can get better, just to make sure that we have like the upper hand all the time. So she was always trying to be the best. On the field, Emily was very much like a charismatic leader. So she was vocal when she needed to be, but ultimately I think always led by example. So you could always look to her to be doing the same thing, be giving the same effort and keeping the same standards. Ultimately, again, whether she was communicating that or showing through her physicality, she was always trying to be the best.
Emily brought a level of athleticism to her position that, you know, not many people at our level would have. She was very calm and composed. She had this great athleticism, but to balance it out with this calmness mentality, to stay calm in tough moments, was pretty special. It's a unique balance to have, because a lot of times when people are that athletic, they just play 100 miles an hour all the time, but she was able to balance that athleticism and counter it with a wonderful mentality of composure.
She pushed us every day to be the best that we could be, and in all reality, like, I don't think we would have been as good as we were if it weren't for her, you know, pushing us to be our best and just showing up every day and being a leader and leading by example. I just felt so lucky that I got to play behind her. Like, she was just so good at what she did that it made me comfortable. I felt, you know, confident, and she just gives you that sense of like, everything's gonna be okay, like, I have you, like, we're in this together. And like, every time I got to step on the field with her, like, it was special.
Emily actually ended her career with an injury. It was in one of our tournament games, and unfortunately it was just a bad tackle, and I've never seen a team rally more behind a player. We Zoomed her after her surgery because it was pretty immediate. We Zoomed her while we were away on this trip for the tournament, and the whole team again was just like so emotionally like charged for the game. And I think having a team that wants to play for you that hard shows a lot about your character, and Emily was definitely the athlete who everyone wanted to play those games for. So
she was the best defender in the league for multiple years. One of the best defenders in the country for multiple years, was recognized as an All-American. For what she did for our program, I think for 3 years, every recruit that came to UCM met Emily, and she talked about our program, and she embodied what our program represented and what it went on to do. You know, she stayed around as a graduate assistant and was a big part of the leadership group that got us to a national championship. And she's everything that our program should represent, on and off the field, as a student, as someone who gave back to the community, as a soccer player. She's the model of what we want our kids to be. So I couldn't think of a better example going into the Hall of Fame than Emily.